Hi everybody. I am sorry that I had to stop part 32 abruptly. And if you were watching part 29 and something weird happened, I had something weird happen in part 29. So I have to fix that video. I apologize about that. Um, I've got to fix that, and then part 30 goes over where I had to. I'll end up. I just have to cut some of the bottom off of the 29, and then go to 30. Um, and then part 32, I was in the middle of reading, and then, as you guys heard, my big Fred Flintstone man called for me, Wilma Flintstone, to get over there to watch shows. So we had to watch we had to get all caught up in 1923. That's the show we're watching now. And Boo Boo, come on, come on, come on. Did you think I couldn't see you through that chair? Boo Boo, stop being mean to Mama today. I don't know what your problem is with Ma Kisses today. Ma Kisses will not get in her little tent, and he gets really mad because he wants to put her to bed so he can go to bed, and she won't go. So he keeps trying to grab her by her big scruffy head and put her in, and it's not working out well. So anyway, I got done watching my shows with Fred Flintstone, and now I'm drinking my big mug of hot chocolate, and I put about a half a mug of marshmallows in. And so the chocolate mix is kind of on the marshmallows, and so it doesn't look like a very attractive drink right now, but it tastes good. So there you go. Okay. Mm. So I was in the middle, or more towards the end, of going through the coder interview with Chris Watts, and like Chris Watts, like I say, he got the like herpes from NK, so I have to use a lot of likes, and he uses some likes, so I just have to kind of, he didn't like write like everything like in likes, but he did put a few likes in his likes, so I have to just add those. And then it's gonna be funny if I find out that it wasn't Coder with the frog in his throat, and it was the other guy. But anyway, you guys can tell when it's Coder because I him. So without further ado, here I go. Let's see here. Oh, that's not where I'm going. I am going over here. Okay. So we left where Christopher was saying that Shanann said that, and she said that most of the time when you have kids and you have a relationship where people like they don't like love each other, like they fall out of love, like disconnection, that like having kids, like um even bringing a new baby into the like equation just doesn't always work as like keeping like the couple happy and the kids happy. It's like almost better if okay. And we know that this isn't true because there's no way that Shanann would be saying those things to Christopher, but this is what Christopher is saying in his alibi. And this part of the alibi, yeah, there would have been problems because there's no way that anybody would think that she'd be like, yeah, like this wouldn't work. And like sure, we're not going to stay together just for the kids. That's just silly. I mean, let's just not have that silly speak. Let's just go onwards. And you know what? Let's just be cool about this and fair. Yeah, right. Um, mm-mm. So, Coder says, right. And then he says, and if it was different, then and like different sides. Yeah, you don't want to spend your whole marriage like just like faking it for the kids. Yeah, like that's like one thing. And he's going, okay. And that is that I hear that, but and then there's crosstalk, it says. And then Christopher says, like, but at that, like, that's totally accurate. And he says, okay. So then he goes, I mean, like, you don't want to be, like, you don't want to be the people parading around with like a mask on when their kids are around, and then when the kids go to sleep, you like go their separate ways. Well, that's kind of what they were doing, but okay, like that's what I don't want. Okay, and that's why. Oh, whoops, that's him. So I guess that's why, and like why we like we're talking. That's why we're talking about the separation that night. That morning, but who cares? Okay, and that's why it got so emotional right there. Okay, emotional for you too. Oh, oh yeah, I was like bawling my eyes out. Okay, so then as a result, then how long did that conversation last? It lasted till like 4:15 when we started. We were like talking about the house as well. Okay. Um, what'd you say about the house? Like we needed to sell the house. Like there's no way we can stay in this house and have another kid. What'd you say about the house? Like we needed to sell the house. Like there's no way like we can like stay in this house and have another kid. Uh, and like just being able to keep everything afloat. And she was like, well, where do you want to move to? And I was like, well, I could move to Brighton. We could move something unintelligible area. And then yeah. Okay. Okay. So I think it was Brighton. We can move to Longmont. We can move like, like wherever. So much cheaper. Okay. And she was like, well, because she had already like contacted the realtor the week before, or her email. Oh, to see what she thought. And that's when I actually like contacted Anne that day. Like, well, like pretty much probably about 8 o'clock that day. Who's Anna? The realtor. Oh, okay. Yeah, and that's like where if we can get the ball rolling, like see what she thought. Like, so you said your wife called a week before to the realtor, emailed her. Okay, then so this conversation early in the morning wasn't a shock to either of you. No, or a surprise. It was the next step. Yeah. In a long conversation, you have to, yeah, leading up to, okay. Yeah, it was like the way, like a big thing we had, like it was. Yeah, just like this was. Okay. It would hit. Like, that's why this was just an emotional conversation. Sure. Like, because it wasn't like, oh, it come out of nowhere, like left field type of thing. Like, we knew it was like something wasn't, we knew that, like, about if we really wanted to do with the house, we knew that, like, what was going on with it. Really, we knew that something, like, was. Okay, is it accurate to say that the time that you were away from each other was when she was in North Carolina, the time that she was in Arizona? Maybe the two of you that could have been the time you were talking, and so when you finally get it together, it's like we can't wait another second. We're gonna talk. Mm-hmm. Is that right? Okay, now tell me if it's wrong. No, 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 you're right. Okay, then, okay, so then the conversation starts at 4:15. You talk about each other in your marriage, and you talk about the house, and then what? Well, that's the conversation ended, and we talked. And that's when she said she's going to take her friends, or uh, take her friend, or take her and the kids to a friend's house. Mm-hmm. Who is, who is, which friend? That's when she did. She did not say. That's on the. So did she say, I'm taking the kids to a friend's house? Yeah. Are you sure she said that? Yeah. You're positive? Yes. Okay, that's good. Um. Now we're back to blowing off steam. Yeah, probably. Which we like, right? Yeah, that's what I like. Okay, so let's say, we're going to play the DVR set. Let's rewind it 5 minutes. So you're at the house. You're talking about the house. You're saying this isn't going to work with the kid. We're going to have to sell this house. Then how do you remember what led to her talking about the kids? As far like taking to her friend's house? Yeah, like what? What conversation did you guys have? That's when I rolled out of bed, and that's when she pretty much told me, like, I'm taking the kids to a friend's house. That and I'll be back later. Are you sure she said she'll be back later? Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, how positive? That's a 10. A 10? Yeah. Okay. So she said, I'm going to take the kids to a friend's house, but I'll be back later. Why? I, from what, like, I just told her, I, that doesn't make sense, though, because I know. You'll be at work. When did she have to leave? Well, that's the thing. Like, why? I'm not sure. Like, why she wanted to go somewhere. Okay. But that's what she wanted. Like, maybe she didn't want to be in the house after what we were just talking about. Fair enough. You just talked about it. Yeah. It's no longer mentally, emotionally her house then. Uh huh. Okay. So let's focus on I'm going to take the kids to my friend's house. What does that mean? Hopefully, someone that she trusts. Hopefully, it's someone that she knows pretty well, and hopefully, maybe they had a kid that Bella and Celeste can play with. But you have no idea who that would be. Because we've exhausted all of them. They like all the people. Okay. Is that does that surprise you? Because I don't know your wife, but maybe that's something that's in her wheelhouse. Did that surprise you that she didn't say that and did that? It doesn't like surprise me that she went somewhere. Like she said she would that she could have had a play date. Okay? But she's very vague on the fact that she just said she was going to a friend's house. Okay. And didn't say who. Okay. That's why I like texted her, like, if you can tell me like where the kids are. What time did you text her? That was 7:40. Okay. And no word? No word from her, obviously? No, no. Okay. So then we're at I'm gonna take the kids. Uh, I'm gonna going to a friend's house. You sure she didn't say I'm gonna take them somewhere to a hotel or to? Mm, no, no. You're positive? She said. I'm positive. To a friend's house? Yeah. Someone's house, but a friend's house. Yeah, because like if it was like a hotel, I would have definitely asked the question like, why are you going to a hotel? Yeah, okay. No, I wouldn't. Yeah. Where can we look to find a friend that you might not know about? Okay, think about that question. Where can we look to find out about a friend that you may not know about? Let's say. know somebody and you don't have any idea, where would we find somebody that you have no idea about? Oh, God. Coder, you're just, I mean, frickin' Sherlock Holmes here. Okay. So, and then he says, like, honestly, Facebook's the only place. Okay. Facebook? Because, okay. Because that's the one she frequents. Okay. And the only place? What's her Facebook account? Or her username? And it's Shanann Watts. Just regular Shanann Watts? Oh, they've had access on her phone. SHANN ANN A and 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 so they can't. I think they can log into the phone, right? I think that they're in her phone, right? Oh yeah, they. Okay. Just got to hit the icon and it's right there. So right, they can get in. They can do whatever they want, and they can. Okay, all right. It doesn't take but a minute. It's always logged in. Okay. Doesn't she do something online? Like, didn't she have an online presence or something? It's with Thrive. Like the direct sales business. Is that like her job? Yeah. And something. It's called what? Thrive. Yeah, the company is called Label, but the I'm sorry. The company's called Label. Label. Label? Yeah. LE hyphen BEL. these two these two and the person who did um the transcription all cannot hear the letter V as in Victor apparently because there's even this. Oh my god. Let me see here. Oh no. Because he says LE hyphen BEL. Okay. Yeah, that's the product. Like call direct. Okay. What is it? It's probiotics, prebiotics, like vitamins and minerals. Okay. It's like all plant-based stuff. It works really very well. Diet dietary supplementary. Okay. And what does she do for them? She's a promoter. Okay. Sales? Yes. Okay. Is I think I've heard of Thrive. It's just like you try to tell personally to people that you know. Okay. So she doesn't have a storefront that she works at. No, not at all. Cloud based. Oh. Okay, home based. Yeah. She can work from home. Lets her work anywhere. And so there'd be a list of contacts at Thrive that we can go start talking to people. Oh, we've already gave them all to them, like everybody that she contacts through Thrive. They all have them in the police have them? Yeah. In that phone? Mm-hmm. Through what? An app? No, just like all the people that she contacts throughout the day. Okay. like from Addie and Sam and they're all in there. Addie and Sam? Who are they? Addie Maloney, one of her leaders back east. Okay. Sam Paisley, another leader back. Someone supporting her sales. Yeah. Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna write this down because you never know who's who in this zoo, but I want to write this down now that I'm just thinking about this because so what we go Sam and Addie were leaders. Leaders back east. I see. I see. So let's see here. Go here. Sam Paisley. I kind of like to map out who's who in the zoo, like I say, and then another leader back. Someone supporting her sales. Yeah. Yeah. What about people who she's in sales? What about customers she tries to reach out to because she doesn't even know? Like, how does she do that? Messenger. You message strangers? She either it's her Facebook like page. It's because it's public. Oh, and see in my MLM side comment by Tabitha Jane. In my MLMs, you couldn't have anything public. So like you could have your own page or group, but you could not have your link to said sales or anything about who you are or anything public. Had to be private. You could not list anything on any garage sale sites, marketplace, anything like that. You couldn't sell on Craigslist. So nothing that you think, right? And then you were not allowed to go to any regular event. So let's say the farmers market, which is every week. You weren't allowed to go there to sell through that particular one that had it in there that there was no way to succeed from, like I was talking about the $300 line one. So yeah, you couldn't put it public. The Tupperware really didn't have any like restrictions like that. I mean, I was asking about all the rules because the other one had so many rules, and I was like, hey, do I need to do this? Do I need to do this? Do I need to, have my skirt 4 inches from the floor? What do I, I mean, everything had to be perfect for this one, and that's why people are just dropping like flies out of it. Because it was like everything, like, um, when you went to a vendor event, your tablecloth had to be this much. You couldn't have this. This couldn't be there. You couldn't have this. You couldn't have that. Well, with Tupperware, I said, hey, do I have to do this? Do I have to do that? Do that? They're like, I was like, and they're like, why are you asking all these things? I'm like, well, that's the way it is for this one. So I was just assuming it's the same. They're like, nope, the only rules we put on are have fun. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. And I wish that it would have worked out for me to be a Tupperware lady. I'd love to be a real big, successful Tupperware lady and have a whole room downstairs of Tupperware. It seems like they weren't that restrictive on Thrive either because I see them advertising all the time. And if she was able to do this on a public Facebook, and on Facebook. Yep. And the thing is that like, and the other thing, they were all out to report you. So like, I was within all of the rules and everything and what I said in a little private party that I had. But this person had seen it. And so, they messaged me that they had contacted corporate about what I did. And I need to watch myself. And I'm like, bite my ass and I'll be happy to hear from corporate. You know what? Corporate never called me because I knew I hadn't done anything wrong. Don't try to scold me. You're not corporate, you Freaking ugly snitch. Anyway. Anywho. Um, so he says, so she has friends on Facebook? Of course, yeah. That might someday think that they want Thrive? They can reach her? Mm-hmm. How else does she do it? It's mainly just through Facebook. Through Facebook? She hasn't. She might like go on Instagram every once in a while. Like she'll sync them both so that. Oh, that would be a big no no for my other business too. Not on Instagram. Nope, nope. No social media posts. Oh yeah, like if she has like she might go on Instagram every once in a while. She like sync them both. Okay, well it goes to both, but Facebook and what was it? Instagram? Yeah. And what's her Instagram username? I have no clue. Christopher Watts has no idea what his wife's Instagram name is. He's saying that she has an Instagram, that sometimes she does things that he doesn't know what her Instagram name is. You have no idea? No. Right. It might be just Shanann Thrives, like Shanann with underscore and Thrives. Okay. So you don't do Thrive. I do, but like she kind of runs it. Okay. You do it separately from her then? It's a different team, but okay. I'm under her. Okay. Like it's not. It's like she signed me up under her. Okay. So whatever I do helps her. Right. Okay. So what else are we not thinking of? Let's continue with I'm going to my friend's house. Then what happens? That's when I go downstairs, like make my protein shake, like get my lunch and everything ready. Because you're not going back to bed at this point. No. Okay. Because I gotta go to work now. And this is somewhere near 5 o'clock. 5:15. Okay. And that's when I go out to my truck, load everything in, and 5:30 I'm okay. Or about what the neighbor thinks about at about 5:26 I'm gone. Okay, and she's still at the house then? Yeah, sure. Are you sure? Yeah, because I mean she never came back downstairs. And explain your house to me. Do you leave through downstairs? I do leave, yeah. Go downstairs and you leave through the garage. So this conversation happened upstairs? Like, oh my god. Did you just wake up? He said upstairs in the master bedroom how many times? He said he slid in their bed. Upstairs, master bedroom. Goodness sakes. So, yes, Biff, this conversation happened upstairs. Yes. In the master bedroom. Yes. Okay. And you're sure she didn't come down? Like, once I was in the garage and I didn't see anything after that. Did you see her car in there? Yeah. Okay, and you left and her car was in there? Yes. So it's clear she's in there. Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to determine this. I need the time she did disappeared. And then so from 5:30, then what? That's when I went to work. Okay. Right. And then 7:40 is the next time I texted her. And why'd you text her then? I was like, I hadn't heard from her, and I was just seeing if, like, just seeing where she went. I texted Shanann, right? Yes, it's Shanann. It's Shanann. Yeah, and asked if she could tell me where she was taking the kids. Oh, okay. So at this point, it's 2 hours later, and you're thinking, I wonder where she's going. Yeah. Okay. And is that text on your phone? Yes. Okay. Then all the way. What happened between 7:40 and noon? I was at work, outside working. Okay. Noon. Texted Shanann, call me. And if that's gonna be in your phone too, okay. 12:10 doorbell visitor. That's when Nicole was at the door. And it pinged on my phone. Okay. What's she doing there then? 10 minutes later, you get a call. Nicole, see what she's doing, and she told me she couldn't get a hold of Shanann either, and that her shoes were next. Whose shoes? Shanann's shoes? Yep. Were next door, and her car was in the garage next to the door, inside or outside? Inside. There is a little small rectangular window next to the door. Oh, okay. You can see right in there. Does that mean that Shanann are her shoes always by the door? Yeah. Okay, so when you come in the house, does she usually come in the front door? Just of the unless she drives in. Okay. And then she goes in the garage. Okay, because that was just from the previous night when she came in. Oh, okay. So then think about this for a minute. If she comes in, drives in with, what's the other car? Alexis? Yep. She drives in the Lexus, comes in. She comes in the garage door that way if she's driving in the garage. But since Nicole dropped her off that previous night, she came in the front door. Oh, someone else was driving. The Lexus was already there? Yeah, the Lexus already home. Okay. So then that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so you see what we're trying to do? We're like trying to be like, did she walk out? Or was she taken out, right? Yeah. Okay, so then it makes sense that her shoes are still right there. Mm-hmm. But she's obviously not wearing those shoes. Okay. All right. Keep going. Looking. 12:44. A few more efforts by Nicole to reach her. How do you know? Because that's when she was still at the front door, and oh, I was to reach her at the front door. Yeah. Okay, 1:00 p.m. I'm now on my way back to check on my family. Is that just because you're worried about based on the conversation? Yeah. And, oh, had the police contacted you by then? No. Okay, 2. I arrive. I'm sorry, what? But, Nicole says she's probably gonna call the cops. Okay. All right. So now it sounds like Nicole's pretty worried. Mm-hmm. More worried than you? I was like, once I couldn't get anything out of her and like nothing was going on at the house, I was like I gotta go home. But it sounds like Nicole was more worried. Yeah, because like most of like she doesn't like text me. Like I understand that. Okay. Sometimes that happens. Okay. But for not to get back to her, okay. Direct sales group, okay. That was very unorthodox. Okay, and you had a pretty tough morning with her. Yeah. And so she's again decompressing. Yes, as you said. So it's okay that she's not texting you, maybe, but you're going to come home and check. Yeah, just in case. But Nicole is freaking out. Is that right? Yeah. And I'm like, I'm walking myself through this. You tell me, no, 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 that's not what happened. No, I mean, like, she's like, for her not to get back to her friends like that, like, that's not normal. Because, like, she'll get, like, tons of text messages throughout the day from, okay, like, direct sales. All right. Like, if she doesn't get back to me, I just assume, like, she's busy. Okay. Now I'm on my way to check on my family. 2 o'clock p.m. I arrive. Open the garage door. How? I've got my button. Okay. Okay. Hmm. It's in your truck. Yeah. Okay, and you get inside the house. Shania, Bella, and Celeste, who are Bella and Celeste? Those are my kids. Oh, okay. Oh, they're not in the house. Okay. Oh, okay. Shanann's wedding ring is in on her nightstand. Her nightstand. Her phone's on the couch. Purse is still here. The medicine for the kids is still here. The car with the car seats is still there. There's no sign of them anywhere. Frederick's officers and detectives are asking Nicole and I questions about where she could have gone or like who she could be with. How did that go? We tried to go through from what we could gather, like where she could have gone. Okay. As far as I could, like what we saw in the house didn't really make sense. Okay. But that's where we were, and that's where we were like calling, like starting to look through the phone and just kind of like called around. And once we found the phone and Nicole knew what the passcode was, I can see what transpired, and obviously there was like 50 something text messages that it all came. That was like all though. Okay. All right. Because her phone was off. Okay. What do you mean her phone was off? It was off. When you found it, it was off, off, off. Was the battery dead? No. What do you make of that? I have like no clue, like why it was off and why it was not with her. It's weird, right? Because if you're saying that she does a ton of texting, marketing, and sales, and calling certain people back, okay, how would it turn off? You'd have to turn it off. Okay, because it was at like 50% or so, I think. Are you sure? Okay, and it was in the couch. So, what do you make of that? So usually it's not right by her nightstand. Okay. That's usually where it is. Nightstand in the bedroom? Yeah. Okay, anything else about that? No, that's weird. It was like sitting on the couch cushion, like right there. Okay. We back it up a tiny bit. You come home and no one had been in the house. No. Okay, so no one could get in the house, is that right? Yeah, unless you had a garage door. Okay, opener. And that's how you got in. So at this point, there are police there at this point. Yes. So you with the police, Nicole, that's it. And her son. Her son? What's her son's name? I think it's Nick. Yeah, I think it's Nick. I think it's Nick. Nick? And so you and Nicole aren't besties per se. You and Nicole? Oh no, I mean like we're friends, but yeah, my wife and her are really really good friends. Okay. And so Nick, you don't spend much time with Nick. No. Okay. Why is Nick there? Ding 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 ding. The question that we all ask. Why is Nick there? Why is Nick running through the house? Why is Nick flipping up couch cushions to find the phone? Why is it stated and rumored that Nick helps to calm Shanann down and Christopher doesn't even know the kid's actual name? Why is he running through what could be a possible crime scene like a maniac? Back to our scheduled show. Oh, he was just with her. He is with his mom. Okay. Is there anything weird about Nicole and Nick? Not that I can really think of. Do you think anything about your wife not being around has has anything to do with Nick? I would hope not. I mean, Nicole is one of her good friends. Okay. They could have done I don't think they could have done anything as far as helping her get out and then be so emotional when they couldn't find her. I don't think that they did. I don't think they'd be capable of that. Okay then, so they're they're at home and the police officer's there. Mhm. And walk me through that. So as they go through the house, we're all. Do you immediately go through the house? I open the garage door. I just I go into the house. I mean, I'm looking as I go into the garage door. I'm not looking. Is the police officer saying, "Hey, let me talk to you for a minute"? No. No. Okay. What's the vibe like? I go up there, shake his hand. I'm opening the garage door at the same time. Okay. And then I go through and they're waiting at the front door. I go and open that up and then they come in. Oh, so they didn't go in the garage door with you? Okay. Well, they didn't come in the way that I did. Okay, so then everybody goes in. Okay. And then what? I run upstairs. I look in the bedrooms. Okay. And because that's where she'd be. That's what I would expect. So this is a standard house. Upstairs bedroom, downstairs living area. Yeah. Okay. And there's one office downstairs. Okay, and there's so then upstairs and then what? I go into Bella's room. I like going to Celeste's room, playroom, the master bedroom. I'm looking everywhere, like bathroom and nothing. Okay? And then, like, I found the night. Like, I found the wedding ring right there on the nightstand. And then, right then? Yeah. Okay. They. That's weird. She only takes it off if she colors her hair. Okay. And actually, she'd already colored her hair like a week before, so. Okay. That was probably just like a result of our like conversation. Oh. I'd think. Okay. And then Nick finds her phone on the couch. And why did he find her phone on the couch? What's he looking for there? Ding, ding, ding. The question again. We all ask. Why? What? Who was that comfortable? Who? 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 Out of my 35 years of parenting, none of my kids would run into somebody else's house and start going through frickin' cushions. No. No, no. No. Ahead of the cop? Like, what? No. This is. And let's see here. And Christopher says, I don't know. He was looking. I mean, especially in front of the man in the house. Some little 15-year-old with a mohawk isn't going to come. And that's what he's saying, too, because Coder's like, 4 clues? Yes, I found a clue. It's Blue's Clues. Clues just, okay. Looking, and he was looking around, too, and, he's happened to just, run across it there on the couch, and, okay, right on the cushion. So he found, it's not as though you're calling him to find it. He just found it. Yeah. Okay. Then what? Saw the, so that we just told the officer we found the phone, we turn it on, Nikki gets the passcode in, because it was a 4-digit passcode before, and it was a 6-digit this time, so, and that's the 013119. Oh, 013119, so 31, okay. Yep. She knew her friend's passcode? Yeah, I didn't, because it used to be 2385, but when she changed it to 6, how did Nikki know? Maybe she knew it over the weekend, because I'd never seen a 6-digit passcode on her phone. Is that normal to you that... No? Nicole might share her passcode with somebody? I wouldn't think so. Do you know her to have done that before? No, because she's only told me her passcode before, or her phone's her lifeline, so... Okay, is she close with Nicole? Yeah, she's decently close. How long have they known each other? Probably, at least over a year. How'd they meet? When Shanann's mom lived here, and, Shanann's mom worked at she was like a hairdresser, and Nikki was like one of the managers. Oh, Nicole, I'm sorry. he slipped up and called called the fuff Nikki instead of Nicole. So then Coder picks up on it, and he's like, okay, then does she get her hair done there or something by Nikki? No. Okay. That was just her. Shanann's mom and Nicole were friends, and then she got Nicole into the Thrive, and then... Oh, okay. Went from there. All right, so now we're at finding the phone. Nicole unlocking the phone. Then what? Waiting for everything to load up and watching all the text messages pop up, phone calls, missed calls pop up, and it went from there. And what were they? They were just people calling and asking like, "Are you okay? Like, where are you?" Type of things. Okay, all right. Um, okay, then what? The police officer, he looks into the phone and just kind of like looks through the to see if like anything looks, like odd at like any of the text messages. Mm-hmm. Um, I walk downstairs and I'm looking around down there, seeing if I see anything else, and I don't. Okay. I mean, nothing out of the ordinary. Okay. And then I think that was like at 3 or 4, like yeah, like 4 o'clock. That's when like because the neighbors, yeah, that was the officer. I had went over to the neighbor's house to see if he saw anything, and well, whose idea was that? I think it was the officers. Okay, he just went over there. And that's when the neighbor called him back over to show him that like he had some stuff from the other night. Okay, to show him like whatever he had on it and that and put motion on it. Okay, who originally called the police? Nicole. Okay, and is that about the time you're telling me that you're coming home and she's freaking out? She said that she told me she was like gonna call the police, but I said, okay, I'm coming home. It's like let me look through everything and let's see what's going on in here. And like I'm on my way home. I and that's what she said to me. She called me and said, the cops are here. Okay, all right, okay. Frederick police officer and detectives are asking Nicole and I questions about where she could have gone, who she could be with. 4 o'clock police checks neighbor security footage and question them as well. Okay, like when we talked about that, is that what we? Mm, we're okay. Yeah, that's where we're at. Uh, anything else about that? No, I mean, just shows Nicole dropping her off, but not her walking up, and it shows me loading my truck up. Okay, at the time I told you I left. Okay. Officer, detective, and sergeant come by to search the house and ask some more questions. How'd that go? They just, they had me sign like some paperwork to search the house. Okay. And then I just waited outside and let them, okay, go through the house. There's a missing persons warrant, I guess. True. Okay, and did they find any other clues? No. Okay. Begin calling around to anyone I know who could know something about or maybe see Shanann. Calling locals, hospitals, and hostels as well. What? Calling locals, hospitals, and hostels as well. How many hostels are there in Colorado? Who did dictation service? Oh my god. When I went to the land down under, um, this is me talking, not reading from the thing. When I went, the one and only time I stayed at a hostel, it looked like a really good idea because it said that there were six rooms to one bathroom, and it was like $12 United States dollars, so USD, a night, and it was in Australia, and I was like, okay, that's fine for a few days because, I wanted to go and explore and whatnot. And I'm like, okay, you know, $12. You can, you know, share a bathroom. 6, you can just be quick, and wear your shower shoes, whatever, right? Well, it didn't say how many people were the limit in each 6 rooms, okay? And so uh, it was like for every single backpacking non-bather in the land down under, and like there was like 8 to 10 people in every one of those 6 rooms. So like the hair in the bottom of the tub was so disgusting. It didn't have like a shower. It had like this little like circular thing and like this freestanding old tub, and it was so gross. I mean, I wore my full Tivas into the shower thing, but I was just still so grossed out, and it was just filthy and gross. And so um just the idea of this saying a hostel, that Christopher was calling around to hostels. I mean, obviously the dictation service that they're sending is obviously not in the US. When it says calling locals, hospital, and hostels, I think that something was missed in translation. So it says 7:30 p.m. Friends Nick and Amanda come by to show support. And then it says, okay, wait. So 6 o'clock p.m. began calling around to anyone I know that could know something or maybe have seen Shanann. Well, what happened there? Same thing, like everybody that I've talked to, like they hadn't heard from her, like they hadn't seen, like nothing. And call, like, for them. Who's helping you make these calls? That's just me. Just you? At this point, that's. Were you by yourself? I was by myself. I'm sure Nicole and other people were doing that while they were gone. Okay, because they were gone at this point, where'd Nicole go? Back to her house? Back to her house? She was there when they came back to search the house. Nicole was? She was parked outside. When is 5 o'clock? 5 o'clock? Yeah, she was parked outside. Hey, did she come in and help then? What? What? She going in and help? Okay, Coder actually just asked Christopher Watts if Nicole came in and helped the officers um as they searched the house. um I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with him. I think he was malfunctioning. So, and then Chris says, well, because they told me to wait outside. Okay, fair enough. Is there weapons in your house? No. Okay, if we wanted to bring a lot more people with a lot more tools and tricks to your house, can we do that tonight? It's up to you. Okay, I stay at a friend's house. I was on my way over there. Okay. When I spoke to you, you were gonna stay at a friend's house? I was. Okay. If we were gonna get into your house without you there, do you know how we would do it? Punch the pass code in the front, 2385. Okay, that's the garage pass code? No, that's the front door. And I thought you said that there was a latch or something preventing you from getting in. I know, but if you don't latch it, it's unlatched now? Yeah. Okay, what do you think about that? I think it's a great idea. All right. What do you think? I was just going to a friend's house because I couldn't stay I couldn't stay last night. I couldn't sleep there. Ooh, what friend's house? Nick and Amanda. Oh, is that her friends or your friends? They're both of our friends. Okay, I run with Nick. Okay, and when you say hers, is that your wife or is that Nicole's? My wife. Your wife, mm-hmm. Shenan's friends. Yeah. Okay, Nick and Amanda. I think they're waiting outside right now, actually. Oh, are they? Were they the ones I saw on TV? Poor Boo's up here looking at me. I think he thinks I have a hairball. Boo Boo, does Mama have a hairball? You keep looking at me like, what's wrong when I'm doing that? It's alright, I don't want to scare you. Go this way. Go this way. I'll allow you free passage that way. Very cool. And then one bald guy, young kid with a brown ball cap. Yeah, Colorado something maybe. Yep, that's Nick. Okay, that was Nick. Okay, I thought Nick was no. Wait, Nicole's what's Nicole's son? Nick. Just there's two Nicks now. Yeah. Okay, so Nicole's son is Nick. Yeah, and your friend is Amanda. Amanda and Nick. Yeah. Are they married? Yeah. Okay, all right. Well, I should go like Nick and Amanda, like I should say like Nick and Amanda Thayer, but that. Oh, okay. Yeah. Uh, oh, yeah. I know their name. They showed up at the house at some point, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Good friends. Mm-hmm. And no reason to worry about them. No. How do you know? And Nick, how do you and Shanann know them? The Amanda through Thrive, or actually, Amanda was at Primrose. This is where the kids went to school. Okay. She used to be the director there. Oh. And once she left, when she left a director position. She left to go to a different school, and that's when Shanann got her on Thrive and became friends, and me and Nick started running. Oh, okay, that's all right. Friends Nick and Amanda come round to show support. Friend, is that Lauren Arnold? Yes. Who's that? Shanann's high school friend. Okay. Lives out here. How'd she find out about all of this? Facebook? So, like, did you ask them who and where Shanann might be? Oh, yeah, like Shanann, Lauren and Shanann were actually supposed to meet up that day. Did what? To meet up at the house in this pregnancy pal thing. It's your house? Mm-hmm. What time? Don't know. Was there any communication about that? Not to me. How do you know? That was the first I'd heard of it, because she said that they were supposed to meet up that day. Oh, when she came over at 8? Yeah. She said, holy cow, we were going to meet together, or something like that. Yeah, and like she heard that like everything on Facebook about Shanann being missing. She's like, yeah, her and I were supposed to. Lauren said her and I were supposed to meet up and do a little pregnancy pal thing. Is Lauren pregnant? Yes. Okay, first kid? Third. Okay, so both third kids. So they're just gonna meet up because they're expectant mothers? Yeah, they were probably just gonna hang out. Yeah. I mean, they probably haven't seen each other in a while. Okay. I ain't worried about her, though. Okay. Who are you worried about? I know right now, like, if they've not told me anything, it's like, it'd drive me nuts. Like, this is driving me nuts. Because there's, like, no way that, like, the people that I know that have kids could have helped her. Like, that, if she's at somebody's house right now, like, they would have had to have said something. But now, with all that's gone on, there's no way they could have kept their mouth shut by now. So then what are you worried about? Honestly, like, I can't really say if I'm worried about anybody, like, right now, as far as, like, any of her friends that I know. Yeah. All of them are showing, like, their deep concern about what's going on right now. Okay. And I think that deep concern, I mean, that can't be faked. Okay? So then what are you worried about? It has to be somebody I don't know, honestly. Okay. The only thing I can think of is something like somebody I don't know. Okay. Does your gut tell you that Shanann and the kids walked out or that they were taken out? Yesterday I would have said they walked out. Like today I would have said, I'm leaning the other direction. Okay. Friends. Dave Cohen? Colin. Colin and Jeremy? Lindstrom. Lindstrom? Come by to show support? Who are they? Dave Cohen. He worked, when I worked at Ford, he ran an auto body shop. He actually works for Boulder County Sheriff's Department right now. Oh, okay. Ooh, a little side note from Tabitha Jane here. I didn't know that. I didn't know that his buddy works for Boulder County Sheriff's Department now, so he must have saw some stuff too. And Jeremy Lindstrom, like I worked at, like he was in the sales department at Ford when I was a tech. Oh, so Dave and Jeremy would have been like, "Oh, this doesn't sound good." Mm-hmm. And he works at like another Ford dealership now. Okay. And Jeremy's. Oh wait, I messed up. Wrong person. And Jeremy's like the daughter that just like watched the kids over that past weekend too. So we know them pretty well. Oh, what's his daughter's name? McKenna. Okay. Was she the one watching the kids the night before? Mm-hmm. I saw her name in a report or something. How'd that go with Dave and Jeremy? They were just, they were just there to show support and just, chill out in the kitchen. Just the two of them? Yeah, like just me and them. And Lauren all had moved on by then? Oh yeah, like everyone else was gone by then. Hold on just a second. Is that why Boo Boo settled down now? Hold on. Okay. Sorry, I had to get a Claritin, or else I really would be like really, really having to clear my throat. Like really, really. My kids call my office the Cat Emporium. Because the cats hang out in here and they come in here for like 10 minutes and they're like, oh, my allergies. And I just take a Claritin or two a day, so I can love on my cats. It says here. Okay, and then they come over to show support. What were you guys talking about? Just talking about like what we could have what could have happened. Like, do you think that she could have gone somewhere? Do you think that she's actually like taken, like, was it just a random questions like that, like just in there like just talking about this stuff or other guy stuff, like to get my head out a little bit. Okay. Okay. 10 o'clock. I lay in bed and proceed to take phone calls from friends and family members. Right? How'd that go? Just answering. I mean, like, nobody could sleep. As far as East Coast, anything, like, Addie, Sam. Who's Addie and Sam again? They're leaders in Thrive? Okay. They're people that Shanann reaches up to? Okay. Have we talked to them? Oh, yeah, you talked to them on the phone. You have? I've talked to, yeah, I texted them right here. It's all on here. Okay, and so I have communication since we couldn't find Shanann. Yeah, like that. With them? Okay, have the police talked to them? I believe so. Okay. Just on the phone? Yes. Are they in North? No, they're like, okay, Northeast. Northeast what? Like, Baltimore? Or, okay, yeah, right. Over there. Okay, alright, who else calls? See, her mom, talked to my parents, talked to my sister, talked to or texted with Kelly, that's another. She lives in New Jersey. Who else? Jeremy, Dave, all those people. Okay, alright. Can we talk about something that's kind of hard to talk to about? So when I work in investigations like this, I like to keep an open mind on everything. Part of me is keeping an open mind is listening to you talk about your wife and your marriage and the day she goes missing is the day that you have marital discord, okay? So you can understand what I'm thinking about you. Yeah? What do you think about that? I I am I makes my sick to my stomach, honestly. Like I know that. Like I talked to a few of my friends, like, like this does not look good on you. I'm like I know. It's like people that like if people knew that we were having like marital issues, then they're gonna look at me. Especially with the way everything like looks. And honestly, like, it just makes me sick to my stomach because this is like something that I would never do. Ever. And like, I know, like, you have to look at like every vantage point. Like, this is something I would never like do to my kids or my wife at all. I'm not sure like what I could do to like make people believe that just because they look they they knew we were having marital discord. They automatically look at me. But there's no way that I would harm anybody in my family, like at all. I know we were having marital discord. And we had that conversation that morning, like, and as she goes and she's like, we have no idea where she is or the kids. I promise you that is not like I had nothing to do with any of that. Are you telling me the truth? I am telling you the absolute truth. Why should I believe you? Because, like, I'm a very trustworthy person, and people that do know me, they know how I'm a calm person, not an argumentative person. I'm a person who's, like, that's never going to be abusive or physical in any kind of relationship. I would never harm my kids. I would never harm my wife. And you can talk, I mean, and you can talk to any of, like, my friends, and, like, any of her friends. They know me. They know I'm a low-key guy that's quiet. I'm like, I'm not about confrontation. Not about like anything that elevates to that level. I mean, you can't. Like, if someone yells at me, screams at me, I just take it and like, I just, I just try to get by the wayside and like get it back to where it's cool and just it's just a cool conversation. To like where none of that, like nothing gets to that height. Like because I'm not that person. I've never been that person. Okay, well, you can imagine my job, okay? I told you that tonight we might talk about things that offend you and might, like that we have to get to the bottom of this. Uh, you know that. Yeah. Okay. Would you take a polygraph? Sure. Okay. Would you take it tonight? If that's like what you want me to do, I've never like done one. I don't know like what it involves, but like, okay, you know what it is. From what I've seen, it goes on your like fingers, yeah. Know what the purpose of one is? It's for a lie detector test. Okay. All right. Why don't we do this? Let's take a little break. I'm going to come back in here because I've done a lot more questions for you, okay? Um, I want to remind you that tonight is voluntary, okay? I can't keep you in here. I won't keep you in here. If you want to get up right now and walk out of here, you can do that, okay? All right? Do you want to keep talking to me? I mean, I can. Okay. I mean, if that's what you want, I can keep talking. Okay. And you understand that I'm not arresting you right now. And you understand that you can walk out of here at any time. Check. Okay. Having said that, I do want to talk to you. I have a lot more questions for you. Okay? Okay. Do you know where your wife is? I do not know where my wife is. Are you telling the truth? I'm telling you the absolute truth. Okay. Let's take a tiny break. Get some water. Do you need to use the restroom? Not right now. Okay, there's some water or Gatorade actually if you need it. I'm gonna go step out for a minute. I need to look over some of my notes. I'm gonna come right back in here. I'm not gonna be out for very long, okay? Sure. All right, I'll be right back. We have someone else. I'm just gonna go and keep this room for a little bit longer. So just shuffle people through the other rooms, okay? Right. How are you feeling? Looking at that picture, Celeste looks like she was winter shoes. They're what? Winter shoes. They're her boots, aren't they? Shanann was gonna like sell them off to like that Facebook marketplace. She had them on like the windowsill there, and like when we got them back to North Carolina, I guess. Cece saw them sitting over there and like she proceeded to take them back and wear them every day since she got them back. No matter if it was 100 degrees outside or what, she loved those shoes. She always loved those shoes. And Bella, she always wore some flip flops. She always will. She's like, she loves that dress. She loves those flip flops. Cece loves that dress. Twice the buttons on the back. Cece short for something? Celeste. Celeste, Bella, and Celeste. Tell me about them. B and C. Celeste. She'd rampage. She was always the one that was gung ho. She was always the one that's like, oh, she's either go or asleep. She's always the one growling. She's always been, she's a tiger. And Bella, she's the calm, the mothering one. She's the one that was just always like, are you okay? You okay? Fine. Okay. She's just the sweetest girl. She's the one that favors me more than Celeste, who's the one who's Shanann more, in the way I look at it. you see some baby pictures of me and Bella. She's like in the other round for Celeste. What do you mean they favored you? You mean look alike? Yes. Side note, this is where a lot of it comes from, is that Bella favors, as they say, looks like the dad. Celeste looks like another man named Chris that was also in the company that traveled along, and you know that leopard dress never fails. So anyway, sipping my Gatorade, like they all are. Those things that you just kind of get hooked on, you know. And this Gatorade is a good. It's called Glacial Cherry. And it's Gatorade Zero, so not like I'm drinking 18 million calories with it, but anyway. So then he says, "Oh, okay. Are they Daddy's little girl? Are they little Daddy's girl? That one is. Yeah, that's how it works, isn't it? Because the first one, I wasn't really good at it yet. Second one, I knew what I was doing, and she bonded with me right from the start. Yeah. I remember, like, when they wore that dress, like, she just, like, wore that dress not too long ago, and, like, I unbuttoned the back of it so, like, I could get her pajamas on, and goes, no, Daddy, buttons. And I go, but, not got buttons. And Bella loved those spaghetti strap dresses. She likes long dresses. She's a girly girl, always. Cece is just like she wants. Like, I always, and Supergirl and t-shirt, and like, she loved it. And every time, like, Cece always be smiling though, you know. Bella, yeah, but like, really is like, do you want some gum? Say cheese. She said, do you want some gum? And she would have been looking in this picture, and like, Cece just always smiled for the camera. You're gonna find them, right? I need your help. I gotta find them and find Shanann. This is the picture that somebody sent me. They're side by side. Bella and Celeste and Shanann. There was a post like one of the news companies. Okay. And so the picture they used of the girls. All right. Were you thinking about anything while I stepped out? Just how much I want to see those two girls and my wife again. I just want them to come home. They mentioned that when children go missing in the FBI, it's a lot like you see in the movies. We like to get every single one of our resources. Like, we like to like call every agent and wake them out of bed, call them back from vacation. We just really like to put a full force in. Mm? Is that something you're comfortable supporting? Yes. Okay. That means that I want to have as many eyes, as many hands, as many investigators, as many evidence people as we can possibly get looking at your house. Okay. Can we do it right this minute? If you want to. Okay. I'll stay out of the way if you want. Okay. It's usually best for us, for us, for everyone. Okay? You surely going to stay at a friend's house then? Is that the option? Is that an option? Yeah, I'm not sure if they're still outside. Okay. Not sure about this. All right. I've got the phone. Oh, I forgot to ask about your phone. Yeah, I'm not going to sleep. I'd hate to sleep in there anyways. Okay, but it concrete block. Um, so what I might do then is 5-10 minutes. I might just step out for a very quick break and just say, guys, let's go in the house right now. 2385. You did tell me that, and I did write it. The garage is 2385. The front door. Front door is 2385, and that latch or whatever is not going to get in our way. Okay. It should be unlatched. Okay, good. Right. If it is, just call me. And when we go in there, I want them to run a black light over everything. Like, I want to have them, like, to collect DNA. I want to look out for hair strands, DNA samples, and I want them to look at your stuff and your wife's stuff and your children's stuff and the garage stuff and the car stuff, all of it. Sure. Is that all right? Yeah. Do you have any problems with that? Mm-mm. Okay, then, I want them to do that sooner than later. I might step out here a minute and just tell them the code and just let them guys, like, no, guys, like, let's find how we can get these girls. Okay, can we keep talking about some complicated things? Sure. And things are going to make you feel uncomfortable? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and, I have to ask them. Yeah. Okay, and hard job. It's a hard job. It's a hard job. And I'm going to ask you one thing, and you're going to give me an answer. And then I'm going to ask it just slightly bit different. And you're going to give me the answer in about 10 different iterations of this. You might get annoyed, but I do that to make sure that we understand each other. Okay, is that all right? Yeah. Okay, so we have your daughters going missing. We have your wife who's missing, okay? And that's the most important thing right now, okay? Do you agree with that? Yes. Okay, so you've been very good in talking about this really hard conversation you guys had, okay? Very good. That's sometimes hard, and I want to understand why sometimes people in your position says, doesn't want to. Tell me about that. Please go help me find my kids, and you don't need to know about my marriage argument, okay? So I gotta say, you've done very good at that. And I need you to keep doing that. So I need to ask you about your marriage and infidelity. Okay? Okay. Tell me about it. I've never cheated on my wife. Yeah. And I fully suspect she's never done that to me. Oh. Okay. Like, she's always been, like, a trustworthy person. Like, I've always been a trustworthy person. Like, I fully expect if we ever thought about straying another way, we would tell each other before it happened. I think that sounds ridiculous. Okay? Because on the history of the earth, nobody ever does that. Okay, that's what I'd like to think would happen. Okay, I mean, like I know mistakes happen. Sure, like, yeah. But that's what I think in my head, and that's what I would think. Okay. Well, I would hope that would happen. Okay. But even though I think that sounds ridiculous, if I was in your shoes, I'd say the exact same thing, and I believe that. Okay, but I kind of don't. Can you imagine my job? I meet all kinds of people. Okay, gotta have a 3-minute intermission. I gotta run to the ladies' room. 3-minute intermission, everybody, and I have to go grab another. I'm gonna do a coconut water next time. Okay, I'll be back in 3 minutes. I gotta run downstairs to the fridge. I'll be right back. 3 minutes. Beep, beep, beep. Ooh, take mama. Come here. lay back down? Back. Okay. So, who loves to lead me around the house? He runs to wherever I tell him we're gonna go. He runs. Like if I'm going downstairs, he has to run down and then check both ways and then sit until I come down. And then he'll go to the next areas and he'll look both ways. And if he thinks something's a little dangerous, then to spray his special sauce because he's been fixed, so he doesn't have his special sauce to spray, but he still thinks he does. And then he'll take me back. He's so good. He's just like a service dog. But he's a cat. He's a service cat. Thank you, Boo Boo. Okay, so they're back to where Coder is saying that this sounds ridiculous, and Chris Watts is saying it kind of sounds ridiculous too. They're both saying, yeah, they agree it's kind of ridiculous. So, and then, so Coder says, if I was in your shoes, I'd say the exact same thing and believe all that. Okay, but I kind of don't. And you can imagine in my job, I meet all kinds of people. Mm-hmm. And you can imagine that there are people who have Saturdays with their girlfriends and Sundays with their wives. Okay. Right? And they consider themselves to be very virtuous people, okay? So with that in mind, I don't care if there's been anything in your relationship. I just don't. And I'm not... I'm not going to tell anyone, but I do need to know. So is there anyone that you think that maybe your wife got close with? If she did, it was like secret. Then if that was the case. Okay. Cuz I had no inkling. No inkling at all. No? Okay. Like it wasn't even like a suspicion. Okay. Not one guy or girl. I mean, if that was the case, I mean, I didn't have a suspicion about it. Right. like like if it happened, it wasn't even like like I wasn't aware. Nothing, no. There was no clue. Like there was no like okay. You know, like texting with the phone, like back or like, you know, like I walk in, swipe kind of thing. Yeah. I didn't have any of that. Okay. No perfume when she's going out with the girls. She always smelled, she always sprayed something on. You know what I mean. Yeah. My husband got really jealous because I smelled too good to go to the dentist. Well, he knows that my dentist is a very attractive man. And it, I'm like, what do you expect? So then, you know, I told my husband that, you know what, I would be sure to wear that perfume out on date night. I didn't know that that perfume smelled so good on me. It was just one that I was lower in and just grabbed it and didn't think about it. So it's like, what are you doing wearing that? Going to your dentist. Like, oh, well, don't you wonder? Huh? You always got to keep them guessing, girls. You got it. So anyway, now, was my first husband, I wouldn't have put on perfume number one because he would have gotten suspicious whether if I wore it ever. And if he did think that I smelled good going somewhere, well, that was it. I would have canceled the frickin' appointment, never went to the appointment that was, I was going to, I would have changed providers, for God's sakes, because I would have known from even asking, I would have gotten 3 days of pouting, my God. You know, and I would have went and just changed and just been like, okay, great. Here starts the big pout fest. Wonderful. Block 3 days of my life out. Yay. Anyway, That's why it's an ex-husband. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, I know what a special perfume. It wasn't like, like, like that one in a million perfume. Okay. Or something like, you know, all right. No late nights that surprised you? No. Okay. Let's talk about you. Okay. Okay. Um, on your end, I just gotta ask. What's her name? I don't have another one. You sure? I'm sure. Okay. Would you tell me if you did? Yes. Okay. So again, I'm a highly trained investigator over here, right? I see pictures from you a few years ago. Mm-hmm. And I see you standing before me now. Okay. Uh-huh. You've gotten pretty fit. Yeah. Yeah, you can imagine when guys start cheating or want to cheat, that's what happens. I've also heard that you need to watch for when your husband buys new cologne or new underwear. Those are the those are the signs. He says, yes. So tell me about it. I did not cheat on my wife. Okay. Now Thrive helped me. I went from 245 pounds to about. You were 245? I was 245. Who's at the door, boo? Should we answer it? Who's scratching at the door? Or is that you? Huh? Just a second. Who's that scratching at our door? Kisses, you can get out. You are not trapped. You know how to get out. Use your claw. You guys. Just because they don't have opposable thumbs, they have to act like I need to go and open the door. They can open it with their claw just fine whenever they want. But oh no. When I'm in here, they have to be like, oh, help. We can't get out. What do we do? Mm-hmm. So we're back to Coder. Asking about his weight. Oh, you were 245? I was 245. Jesus. And good for you, man. Thank you. And I'm 185, 180 now. Mm-hmm. And I've been eating cleaner, just trying to like the last little bit. Like Thrive has helped me a lot, but to like maintain it and try to eat cleaner has really helped me as well. Okay. And I've got to imagine that there was a girl that inspired that. No. 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 Okay, why are you falling out of love? Okay, over the last like 5 years, like the last 5 years, like I was being by myself and like being able to be myself again, and like I couldn't view myself around Shanann anymore. Why not? It was like I was just like I got like walk on eggshells type of thing. It's like you don't feel like you're like always doing something that's wrong. It's like you feel like you're never like it doesn't make that much sense at all. Timing doesn't make sense. Okay, but like if it's like if you can't be yourself around your wife, who can you be yourself around? Why couldn't you be yourself around your wife? I just felt like I'd always have to like change who I was because like I was always about like I mean I was doing I'd be like laundry and I do everything. It said LAU, but I know that it meant laundry because we know he did the laundry. And he says, Like I do everything I could for her, like everything. Mm-hmm. And then like just the last like always like just I was like, my just being myself, like just doing me. Like and I just thought to myself, one of my buddies, like Mark, he lives out in San Diego, and it's like one big test that he learned like she was the worst at one point, and it was like, so if you could picture yourself, like if you could picture your wife and she was with someone else, like would you get jealous? I was like to say no, and he was like, well, there's your answer. Like if you love her, it'd be a different answer. When did you start falling out of love? I have to say, it's probably in the last 5 weeks. It's been an ongoing process for probably about a year. Why? Like I just felt like everything that we started dating and met, like we met in 2010, everything, like a new relationship spark and everything, like have everything great, like get married, everything's still great. And then like, like people just fall out of love, and that's where I was. Like I just felt like over the last year I thought that like, okay, maybe this is like a phase. Like maybe it's, like just, like this is what happens when you've been with somebody so long. Like maybe like, like the spark isn't there. You reignite it somehow, some way, but our conversations weren't the same. Like when we were apart, like everything was just like, like short, and it was like nothing felt right anymore. The disconnection was there, and it never felt right anymore. But why? It just wasn't there. Like I just didn't, like I just didn't have that passion anymore. Why not? Honestly, like I couldn't, like I can't tell you. It's like the passion. I didn't feel it in my heart anymore. Like I can't just give you like a definitive answer on that. It's like my heart wasn't in it. I gotta tell you, it sounds like a load of horse shit to me. um, I, I don't. What about the girls? Well, Bella and Celeste are the light of my life. I'd do anything for those girls. I'd step in front of a bullet. I'd stand in front of a train for those girls. It doesn't add up to me. Why? Then why did the spark die? The parental relationship between me and Shanann has nothing to do with like the love I have for those girls. I mean, like, you love those girls. Like, I mean, they're the light of my life. I'd do anything for them. Mm-hmm. But like me and Shanann talked about, like, what if we separated, or what if we stayed together? Like, what's best for the kids? Like, do we stay together for the kids? Like, that you need to look it up. Like, it just doesn't work that way. Like it might cause more issues for the kids later on down the road. Their psyche, their personality, or something. They know when they can. Like, they get older, they can see what mom and dad don't sleep in the same room anymore. Like what's going on, type of thing. Okay, if you had to guess, if you had to put your finger on it, if you really had to, why do two people that have kids that they love, what happened? I mean, like, you can't take the kids into the F factor, because like the love you have for your kids is going to be exponential. Like, I mean, it'll, like, no matter what, that would never like die. Because they're your kids. That will like never die between you and your wife. That love, like, you have from each other from start to finish, like right from when you started to where you're in. Like, if your relationship ends, like somebody, like when you're in that type of relationship, you're in with somebody that long, like something happens, like if it's just conversations, or if it's just like, like, I mean, it's not attractiveness at all. It's like it's just a connection that just isn't there. Like when you can look at someone and are just like put your forehead to their forehead and just like hold them like that. You know what each other's thinking, and that's a connection. And like I didn't have that connection anymore. Okay, so what do I do to help you walk out of this room and not look like the person who's responsible? You have to trust me that, like, when I tell you that these two beautiful girls right here, like, I did nothing to them, and to my beautiful wife, I did nothing to her. Like, you have to trust and believe me. Like, I know you don't know me as a person. You've known me for like 2.5 to 3 hours. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what your opinion is. But you have to realize that these two beautiful girls right here and my wife had nothing to do with the disappearance. Like they've managed, like they were taken, like someone has taken. They're safe somewhere, and we don't know. Like I had nothing to do with these. It's like with this act of evil, cruelty, whatever has happened here. Because like my love for these two girls and my wife, like I don't want anything to happen to them. I never want anything to happen to them. No matter if me and my wife separate or not, or divorce or anything, I never wish harm on anybody, on a human being in general. Okay. Like just seeing that picture, like I need them. Like I want them just to run through that front door and just like grab me. Hmm? Or just bear, or just tackle me, knock me to the floor, bust my head open. I don't care. The amount of love I have for my family is exponential, and it's never gonna die. I want them back. Okay. Normal day is in your house. What, like one when I'm actually home all day? Let's pick a date. Okay. 2 months. 2 months. 2 months ago. That's when it started. Let's pick a school day. A school day. Okay, well, I'm usually at work. Okay. But so I'm usually so their lives and your lives. Okay, so school day. So I'll get up about 4 o'clock. I'll like go down, work out for maybe an hour or so. At your house? Yeah, there's a weight bench in the basement. Okay. So get done with that, like come back upstairs probably about 5 o'clock. I'll eat some breakfast, make some eggs, cottage cheese, something like that. Everybody else is still sleeping. I'll make the girls' milk. I'll make Cece's milk. I'll bring it upstairs. Bella's kind of iffy on milk in the morning, so I just. Okay, fill up the water bottles. Mm-hmm. From the refrigerator. Make sure that the backpacks have a change of clothes, their hat, and like if it's a swim, like a water day or something, I'll make sure that they have water shoes in there. I'll make sure that they have sunscreen. Make sure that they have all of that in their backpacks. Change of clothes for what? In case they have an accident. Oh yeah, they're little. Yeah. Gosh, why wouldn't you do that the night before? But anyway. Um. Hold on. Hold please. Let me see here. Oh my god. This just breaks my heart where he talks about everything that he does. Like, you know, I don't see how he could have done all this and done what he is suspected of doing. I don't know. don't know how I can put this man and that man in the same thought, you know? Oh, yeah, they're little, yeah. Okay. Not much Bella, but Celeste. Sure. Make sure they're little blinkies that they when they go nap. Okay, that they have that all with them. That I have that all laid out, and then I go to work. Mm? So Shanann will. The kids dictate when Shanann wakes up, and usually it's Bella. She'll come in there, lay in the bed with her, and then Celeste, she'll wake up and she'll come in and lay in bed with her, and they'll watch cartoons for a little while, and then they'll for a little while at least, and mm-hmm. And probably about 6:30 they'll get out. They'll Shenan's will she be in the bathroom, and at this point it's probably they're just watching because she Celeste has her milk at that point in time when she's still in the bed. Okay, so now this is where he doesn't exactly say, but we all know that Shanann brags about um, that they sleep from 6:30 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. and she has the locks on the door. She locks the doors. I realize this is not making that sound like that, but there are other things where she does, and she brags about it because she says it's baby wise, blah, 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 blah. Please see my other videos about how it's not baby wise, but it is what she said. So this is interesting because we don't know then if he unlocks the doors and gives them and puts the milk. I mean, he goes up and puts their water bottles or milk next to him, whatever. So, do they come out of their rooms? Does he unlock so then they can walk over? We don't know, but this makes it. I doubt that he's going to brag about the fact that they have locked doors for the girls at night, but they do. But this is where people get confused because it says things like this that, the girls come in. Well, it means that their doors are unlocked and then they can come in. Believe me, look at Neek Speaks, Neeks, Peeks. I know I'm repetitive, but I know that people do not see or hear the truth. And I have to say it over and over because you have to see it. Because I didn't understand what people were talking about until I saw it. And I'm like, aha. Yep. So, they kind of chill out. And then let's see here. And it says probably about 6:30. Like, they'll get out. They'll, like, Shanann, she'll be, like, probably in the bathroom at this point in time while they're still watching. Because she, like, Celeste has, like, her milk at that point in time when she is just still in the bed. Okay. And then, like, Shanann's getting ready. Like, she'll probably, like, take a shower, like, put her makeup on, all that kind of stuff. And then, like, she takes the kids over to their rooms, gets them dressed out of their pajamas, and Bella has a school uniform, and Cece didn't have one yet. So, okay, get them dressed. They'll go downstairs and have breakfast, and Cece will probably have cereal. Bella, no, she likes cinnamon toast. Oh, cinnamon toast sounds good right now. Which is the perfect amount of butter. Cinnamon toast sounds good. And then they might like have like a little snack on the way to school, maybe some dry cereal or something. Okay, and then she'll put them in the cars and go to school. So this is where they're in school, and she's a stay-at-home mom, and she takes them to daycare, and she started this daycare thing. So you look at where he says that they fell out of love about a year ago. Okay. That the connection was gone for him. Well, and this was in 2018 that he's talking. And he said about a year ago that they lost the connection. And that was when she started the MLM stuff in 2016, right? So about a year of that where she's going all over and he went on some of the things with her, but he didn't go on all of the things with her. And I can imagine that if my spouse was gone all the time and that was the only thing on his mind, I would feel like he was very much not present in the home. I feel like from what I saw, she looked like her focus was not in the home, like it was out of the home. And so you say, okay, so once she started this whole Thrive stuff, when she started going on all these vacations and stuff, he lost the connection. And you look at when she started looking like she was having a lot of fun with other people and she regained her status of the Queen of the Dirty South, it looks like he lost the connection. He liked the connection when they were together, they had time for one another, they were a quiet couple. They're okay when they had one child, and then when they had Cece, and it seems like, she's a little rambunctious for them, and seemed like Shanann felt overwhelmed by her own saying. And then she started the weird flowers in the attic stuff of locking them in their bedrooms from 6:30 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. I would imagine that her weird parenting style would have been very upsetting. I would not put up with a spouse who would have done such a thing. Um, so you look at this timeline and you can see that, because then when did she start putting them in daycare? He had to have put up a big fight for them putting him in daycare because he knew they couldn't afford it. That's when the lying would have happened, because then she would have said, oh, she's making so much money that they can afford this. They couldn't afford it. So you look at the times, and the times really add up. Just as I'm hearing this, I'm thinking this. And then it says here, okay. And then I'll like stay at school until like usually about 4 o'clock, and then like or 4:30, and like I'll usually be home by then. I can go and pick them up. I go in there, sign them out, get in the car, and drive back. They'll be screaming the whole way because they want mommy. So she takes them, drops them off, and then she goes to be at home without them, and they're missing her. Well, uh huh. Because they have a long day at school. I mean, and yeah, I agree. That is a long day for girls that young, especially with Cece just barely turning 3, to have them in daycare from, is it 8 or was it 9? I mean, 8 or 9 till 4:30 in the morning, in the afternoon. That's a long time. But she says that she's working at home doing her Thrive stuff, and then she needs them in bed. So like, think about it. He picks them up at 4:30. They'll stay at school till about 4 o'clock, 4:30, and then I'll usually be home by then, so I can go pick them up. If I go in there, okay, so he picks them up. He picks them up. He does their backpacks. He brings them up stuff. He works out for an hour in the morning. I mean, like, what the heck? I am not a morning person. I'm back in a very nocturnal schedule. I do my recordings from like midnight to 3 usually, but I tried earlier to do some in the day, and we all saw how that turned out. But anyway, um, and then he says, and and I get home, and and Shanann will have something for the girls, being whatever they want it to be. Might be pizza. Sometimes they want French fries. Sometimes they want chicken nuggets. Sometimes they're bossy, just like, mm-hmm, just whatever. Like most of the time, they have buttered noodles. They love that. I love me some buttered noodles too, girls. So sit them down and like wash their hands. Sit them at the table, and like they'll eat their dinner, and then usually go upstairs and like take a shower, and then get them all washed up, then get them all dried off, and then get some lotion, get their pajamas on, back downstairs, have a little nighttime snack. They'll take any, Cheez-Its, okay, a wafer or something. Mm-hmm. And like that, and then they'll sit in their little couches, and like they'll watch a cartoon until about 7 o'clock, and then between 6:30 and 7, we're giving them the medicine and any medicine they need at that point in time. If one of them has a fever, yeah, right. See the other things on Neeks Peaks in the video that I've done about them taking their medication, and about the nightly rectal thermometer taking that there's an unfortunate video of, and that's the nightly routine. He's forgetting a couple of details here. I wouldn't want to admit that your mother, that your wife makes you take rectal temperatures of your children every night either, but anyway. Okay, and then like whatever else, and then like brush their teeth upstairs. And Cece gets an overnight diaper, and like Bella doesn't, and like read them a book, and Cece really wants like a tiger, the tiger book. So is there what does Shanann do that's hands on with them? She drives them to school. She drives them to school. Gets them dressed in the morning. Mm-hmm. I read that to her. We growl at the last part. Uh-huh. Turn the rain machines on and put. Is that. Is that what you said? She's your tiger? Yes. And there comes mine? Yes. Okay. And like turn the rain machines on. Give them both a kiss goodnight. Cece wants me to put her to bed. Bella wants Shanann to put her to bed and close the door and night night. And Coder doesn't pick up to these weird ass rain machines. What are you talking about, rain machines? Rain machines. Check it out on Neek Speaks. All right, can we talk a little bit about the morning that they disappeared? Mm-hmm. We already like talked about 4 a.m. alarm, like prep until 4:15. Correct me if I'm wrong. 4:15. It's challenging. Talk starts. You leave somewhere around 5:30ish, 5:20 something. Yeah. 5:27. And then what? Like, what was your day like? So I went out to locations. Where's that? I was at one of the locations. Oh, locations, okay. Yeah. So I work at one of those oil locations until it was like 12:10. And that's when I got the doorbell visitor notification. What do you do out there? What do you do at work? I just operate the oil and gas locations we like have running. Okay. Yeah, like either maintenance or like inspections or like trying to get them running again type of thing. Are you the guy with the wrench or are you the boss? Oh, I'm one of the field coordinators. Okay. So like our like the area we have is really like really big. So like I have me and two other guys that are like field coordinators. So then we have two rovers which they go around like to the area and they like help all the operators and we have like 6 route operators. Okay? So the field coordinators we kind of like get everybody like all right. This is what we're going to do today type of thing. Okay? And then disperse. Okay, type of thing. So then when you left at 5:30, which location did you go to? To Survey 319. Which that's you do you like a well location? Is that a well location? Yeah, we have the Survey 1029. Survey? Yeah, it's just well names. Survey? Yes. Like SERVY. Yes. Okay. And then there was like 1129 and we stayed at 1029 most of the day. So these are numbers I don't even understand. Should number. Well, like number type thing. Okay. So that's how they name them. Okay, so then it might just be that, like, God forbid, 2 weeks from now, we're still looking for them, and it's going to be very important that all of this can, like, jog your memory, right? Yeah. So I'm taking notes to survey what? So we have a, like, survey 1129. Where'd you go first? Well, 319. 319. Where? And what crossroads would that be on? It's out on a ranch. Oh, okay. Yeah. Survey 319. Yeah. How long were you at Survey 319? Probably like an hour. Okay, just telling the boys what to do. I was there checking in like a line that we had leaking at on Friday. Okay, and that took about an hour? Yeah. Then what? Went to the 1129. Okay. Again, and that's just in the middle of a ranch? Yeah, it's the same ranch. Okay. Oh, so how far away? Not far. Walking distance? No, a walk. It's a big ranch. Yeah, I'll drive there. Okay, how long were you guys at 1129? Probably about 20 minutes or so. Doing what? I was like checking to like do an inspection over there, like see if I can get the well to run again. Okay. This one you kind of have to run manually. Okay, and then where? The 1029. We were there most of the day. Doing what? Replace. We were trying to get a like pumping unit to like pump back, and some of the box rubbers were leaking, and the rods were smoking, and so we had to like replace them, and that's what took a very long time. How long were you out there? The rest until like 12:10. So 6, 7 hours. Yeah, like right. Yeah, 6, 7. Well, at least like 5 hours. I mean, it seemed like 5. And were there people with you? There's people with me. Like, there's like, I gave the names. Okay, where the police know? Yeah. Troy McCoy, Tab McNeil, Melissa Parrish, Cody Roberts. They were all out there with me. Okay, and you say you called home like 7:30 or so. I texted at 7:40. Texted, okay. And that was something like, where are you? Yeah, I couldn't go back that far in my phone to see when I called, but I did call her 2 or 3 times during that. And why then? Was that a better part of the day for you to text? Yeah, because, like, I was at that point in time, like, I was just, about to try and call my foreman and everyone else, just to talk to him and, like, told them what I found out and just, like, it wouldn't ring out there. What you found? What do you mean? Well, the line we're fitting. Okay. Yeah, like, we have a bypass line. Back pressure line, a line to an oil tank, and it was leaking on the ground. Okay. But, like, I was not getting any phone calls, though, so that's why I was, like, texting. Okay, so let's have the hard conversation again. Okay. How old are they? 4 and 3. Bella will be 5 in December. Okay, you gotta imagine that every day that goes by, it gets harder to find them. Where we don't find your girls, they're gonna get harder to find, and we're gonna have less clues. Things that we gotta get and need to use and that we need to do to find them are gonna start getting blown away by weather, getting re-recorded over themselves, and the surveillance part is gonna tell us. All of that's gonna disappear, okay? And that's why we're gonna spend so much time like tomorrow, as in the front as we can, right? You can also imagine that every day that goes by, we're gonna be looking for the man who did this, okay? And you can imagine that we're gonna like include you as that man. So let's talk about that. I think you're trying to put on a brave face because you're a man and you're a father and you're a husband. And I can tell that there's just something you're not telling me. I'm not sure what that is, and I don't know why that is. And I don't know why you're telling me that there's not something that's making you a little bit uncomfortable tonight. I just don't believe some of the things you're telling me, okay? I just don't. I simply don't believe you. What? What makes you think? What have I said that makes you not believe me at all? This just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't add up. So can we talk about two Chris's? Okay. And here my Tabitha Jane ass is like, yeah, the two Chris's. That's what I've been trying to tell you. The Chris in North Carolina that she was with in the other Thrive thing at the time of conception, and that the Chris at home, the allegedly two Chris's. But then no, that's not where Coder was going with this. Okay, nope, not where he was going. Shut you sillies. You silly? I know you think you're a big security guard. I know. The cats keep going and they open up the doors real wide. They don't like me to shut the doors because they want to look in the hallway for any movement. I don't want everybody to wake up because I'm talking to myself in my office. You see here, just a second. So it just doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't add up. So can we talk about the two Chris's? Okay, two Chris's. The tale of two Chris's, kinda. And you need to help me know which Chris I'm looking at today. And which Chris you really are. So, Chris number one is right here, right? Fell out of love with his wife, okay? Started wondering what it might be if he didn't have a wife to take care of, any girls to take care of. Spent some time alone. Liked the time alone. Came home. May or may not have had a conversation about how to get out of this marriage or how to fix it, but probably how to get out of it. He's looking at a bachelor pad in Brighton and did something terrible to his wife and kids. And that may have been an accident, and I think it was an accident. That's not like the Chris you're looking at now. No. The Chris that you're looking at is the man who loves these kids and loves his wife and will never ever like do anything to harm them. That's the Chris you're looking at. Like right now, the Chris you're looking at right now wants these kids and his wife back in his house right now. That's the Chris you're looking at. Why didn't you call 911? I didn't think anything was wrong. I think you knew what was wrong. I did not know what was wrong, sir. I promise you that. What do you think it's going to look like when someone finds out that it was not you that called 911? Everyone's going to have their own perception about what's going on there, but I know my wife. I know that sometimes she doesn't text me back. I know that happens. I've been that. It's happened to me multiple times, okay? Throughout many days. Like that she's busy with work. It doesn't happen. And that's why it didn't register for me for that day. Back to this tale. Tale of two Chris. Chris. Okay. There's a Chris who cares. I care, I promise. Tell me about the call to your daycare. I called them to see if the girls were there. They said they weren't there. Okay. I told them since they weren't there to put them back on the waiting list. It's not what you told them. I told them that we were going to sell the house. To put it on the market. We probably won't be in the area anymore. It's two different things, Chris. Well, I want them back on. I put them on the waiting list as they weren't there. Why weren't they there? I don't know. Where were they going to go? They went to Shanann took them to a friend's house. Why wouldn't they go to daycare? I'm not sure. I honestly, sir, I'm not sure. Hard for me as a father to talk to you like this. Uh huh. Not because it's a hard issue to talk about. It's because I'm worried about your daughters under your care. You shouldn't have to worry about them under my care. Okay. I watched them like all weekend. I went to a pool party, went to a pool party at Jeremy Lindstrom's house. Like, I love those kids with like all my heart, and nothing in this world would ever make me do anything to these kids or my wife. When you walk out of this room, there's nothing I can say to a room full of police officers that's going to convince them that you have nothing to do with this. I know. You know what they think. I I know. I know what all of them think. Yeah. There's this guy who didn't call 911, who woke his wife up at a ridiculous hour because he was so guilty about something. He had to get it off his chest and say, I don't love you anymore. I'm leaving you. That didn't go well. Okay, so what happened? Like, she told me she wanted to like pick her up before I left. That's why I I didn't just wake her up, like, just to tell her this. Like, I woke her up. That's what she wanted to do, and we talked. Like, usually about 4 a.m., I wake up. I go down and I work out. This day, I wanted to talk to her about this. I love those girls. I, like, love those girls so much. And this picture right here, Celeste and Bella, those are my life. I helped make those kids. There's nothing in my life that, like, means more to me than those kids. Nothing. Kids, that's your life. That's your lifeline. That's everything that you make kids. They're they come first over anything. Kids, spouse, family. That's what it's always like been. Nothing you told me tonight makes sense. Nothing you told me feels like the truth. Can we start over? Sure. I think there's something that's happened. Maybe got a little bit out of control. There was no fight. There was like nothing physical. It was in a it was it was a conversation. Okay? There was like we didn't raise a voice. Nothing. I promise you that, sir. There was like nothing physical with this conversation. What was the last thing? Ugh, what was the last thing you saw about your daughters? Last thing I saw when I left? What did it look like? Saw them on the monitor as it was switching back and forth. The last thing you saw with your wife? She was lying back in bed as I was walking out of the bedroom door. Okay. When we finally got you to come, what do you think we should do? Honestly, like, they're gonna come home safe, correct? When you find the guy. When we find the guy, they're gonna come home. Prison would be like the. That's what I think. That's what I think for the two kids that are involved. What if you hurt them? the I'm not even sure if like that penalty is even used. Is it used in Colorado? What is the death penalty? Okay. I mean, like, if these kids are not alive, like, there's nothing that you could do to cope with that. Like, to make me cope with that, if those kids are not okay. Okay. All right. What's your plan after you guys separated? That I get an apartment. Yeah? Nearby? Well, we just go our separate ways. I would, like, probably get an apartment, and she would try to sell the house first, of course. Mm-hmm. Before we could do anything like that, mm, and hopefully try to get, like, both get an apartment somewhat close. Okay. To that, like, it's a 50-50 thing, because, like, I was going to go on the 8 o'clock to 6 o'clock schedule in September. Okay. And then I'd have 6 days off, and it would be perfect, too. You know, I'd have, like, the kids for half, and she'd have the half, and that would work. All right. Um, Tonight, that's been pretty intense. I can imagine how you're feeling. I like slept for like 2 hours last night, so I'm running on empty right now. But I know I can see it. So why don't we do this? I'm sure if you don't mind, if we take a break for the night. I'm sure that you're feeling some type of pressure from me. Okay? I will. You're doing your job. Wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't grill you a little bit, right? Okay. I've seen you turn into two different guys. Like, honestly, I've seen where you're smiling and like where it's different. Yeah. I've yeah. Okay. You're doing your job though. I can't fault you for anything you've asked. So could I make a commitment to you? Yes. Okay, I'm going to commit to you that we're not going to stop working until we find them. Okay? Okay? And I want to commit to you that there's going to come a time when you're going to feel the pressure from other people. I'm not the only one who thinks that there's a possibility you have something to do with this. Like another FBI agent pressure like this? Like everyone. Okay. Everyone, Chris. Okay. Have you ever watched the news and said 2 girls and a pregnant woman go missing? Okay, and if that's all you heard, what do you think the public thinks? Husband. Husband. Okay, so I'm going to make a commitment to you, okay? I'm going to commit to you that I'm going to be your guy, okay? And I'm going to be your guy that handles the investigation, okay? And like I'm going to be your guy that you can come to, okay? Cuz I hope that you realize I'm a nice guy. Tonight we had to talk about some tough things, but I hope you know that I did it respectfully. Mm-hmm. And I think you can see that as we go on through tonight. The hours, the days. Hope we don't get to hours or days. Hope it's minutes right until this is over. Yes. Just in case it's not, I want you to know that I wanted to be in this room tonight. I wanted to talk to you. Okay? Okay? And I hope that you want to talk to me, okay? When you have questions and when you have concerns, I want you to call the detective that you work with, and I want you to call me, okay? I want you to know if you have a question, if you think we're not doing something right or enough or well enough, I want you to say, I gotta call Graham. I gotta call Dave. Okay. Okay? When you have a night to yell at somebody and maybe have a good cry, I want you to call me. Okay. Okay? I just can't imagine what you're going through. I just can't. Like today has been a whirlwind from like yesterday. I thought she was just at somebody's house. Today with the drones, the police, and the news, I feel like a scene out of it. It's like a scene out of a movie, and like it's too much. It's too much for one person to handle. My dad's flying in tomorrow. Good. Okay, so you have your dad. Who else do you have? Nick, Amanda, Dave, Jeremy. Okay, now you've only known me for 3 hours, but I want to be part of that team. Okay. Okay? I want to be part of the team that helps you, and I want you to be part of my team. Okay? Okay, so tonight when you go home, one of two things is going to happen. You're going to pass out because you're so tired, okay? And that's probably not going to be what happens, and your head's going to go race, okay? So when tonight, when you lay down and your head starts racing, there's going to be some things that come to your mind, okay? It always happens. Okay, it's very natural. You're going to say, I wonder why he asked me that, okay? You're going to say, screw him. How dare he accuse me? Okay, you're going to say, I wonder if they've thought of this, okay? And then you're going to say, I probably should have told him something, or this or that, okay? Those are the most common things. When those things come to your head, I want you to call me. Okay. I want you to call Dave, okay? I mean, it's fair for your mind to race. So I want you to call me, okay? You need a lifeline. You need someone you can call. I want to be that guy, all right? Like, I want you to know that if I didn't accuse you a little bit, you'd probably wonder if I was good at my job. Like, one of my buddies, he was straight with me. He was like, dude, I'll just be like, no veil. Like, none of this, like, looks good. Right? I'm like, I'm not gonna accuse anybody, but, like, I'm not gonna be like, he has his wife and their friends, like, they won't talk to you right now. Yeah? I'm like, huh? So I know. So we have this Chris, right? Yeah? Okay, let's talk about the other Chris. He's just right here, okay? I can see that you're a good man, right? You don't have beautiful daughters with good clothing that look well, fed right, children that are unhappy, don't smile like this, okay? Those are beautiful kids. Those kids have a good dad, and I know it. It's just a little picture. It's on my phone. Yeah. It's a better one, but that's just... I'll show it to you, but it's, those kids have a good dad. Good dad that feeds them and loves them. I was very impressed when I asked you how their day was and how involved you are, okay? You should see us on, like, see me on the weekend. A lot of dad don't get second pairs and cook eggs and give them snacks at night, you know? A lot of men, that's women work, right? I But you're not that kind of guy, okay, Chris? So can you just look at me for 1 second? If there's something that happened, it's okay. It really is. Yeah? Okay. Something happened with these girls. If there was an accident, if there's something you're afraid to tell me, it's okay. Yeah? If there's something that happened to your wife, it's okay. You can always tell me. If you want to talk 15 minutes after you leave, I'll answer the phone. If you want to talk in the middle of the morning, I'll answer the phone, okay? What I want to happen is if that's happened, if there was something that got out of hand, if there's something you know that I want you to go home and I want you to know that I'm the guy you can talk to, okay? Who's not going to judge you? I have kids. Uh-huh. And it's like, I joke with my wife, like, I need 2 weeks alone. You know, like, when you told me about your 5 weeks alone, I was like, well, that sounds like a slice of heaven, right? Sometimes it's a bit much. Okay? So let's do this. I mean, we're going to take like a little break. Like I'm going to help organize the search at your house tonight. Okay. Okay, I still want to do that. Okay, I was just going to my friend's house. Okay. And get out of your way. Okay, now hopefully they're now still awake. I can tell you that we have to do it, okay? I mean, if you want, like you said, I mean, it rained tonight. Yeah. Like hard. It blew like 4 trash cans from my yard. Let's get it on, right? Like, whatever's in there, I want it found. I want to do that. I want to talk to you again tomorrow. Okay. Okay? I want you to have a good night's sleep and a good breakfast and a good workout, whatever you got to do, whatever your morning routine is. My dad flies in the morning like at 8 or 9. Okay? So, what time should we plan on doing that? Can I get him back home first, then come here? Of course. Okay. And listen, of course. Oh, okay. Time. Get settled in. What time does he fly in? He should be here around 8 or 9. 8 or 9? Yeah. Okay. He's flying from North Carolina. Here's what I would love to happen. He's flying in at 8 or 9. You gotta get to him. You gotta get him back. He's gonna want to know everything. Yeah. And he's your dad. Oh. Okay. He's called me like 10 times today. It's gonna take forever. And he's gonna have questions and comments and concerns, okay? And I'd love for you, me, and as a team to talk tomorrow, to do a polygraph tomorrow, and move past all of it, okay? Move past me wondering about Chris. Be wondering about which Chris I'm going to talk to. I want to move past it. I just want to get behind it, okay? I want to get it behind us. And then our talks are going to be a lot more comfortable than they were tonight. So can we say that tomorrow at 11 o'clock? Okay. We can do a polygraph? Here? Right? Okay. And there might be a little tweaks. It might be at a different office. So to this, like, we're not gonna, okay? Rock your world too much. We know what you're going through. Okay. I want to get that done. I just want to move past it. Okay. Okay. Could we do it then? Yeah. 11 o'clock? Yeah. Do you have any questions for me? No, I like have your phone number. Yeah. So like if his flight gets delayed, can I call you? Yeah, absolutely. You got Dave's, right? Yeah. So you're based out of here? I am. Okay. Yeah, okay. You know that's a 24 number, okay? Okay. Let's make that happen tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. What are the things that makes us wonder about which Chris is again when you don't answer the phone, okay? So like if I call you, I get it. You're on the phone, you're with your dad, you're it's a drive-through. Whatever. I get it, okay. You go a whole day without calling me back. Oh no, that's not gonna happen. Okay. Can we promise each other that we'll answer the phone? Yeah, I'm not gonna go a day like if it was like I'm with my dad or like have other calls coming in like okay. I'll get back to you. Okay. There's no yeah. Okay. Your dad's coming in tomorrow. Where are you guys planning on staying here? Oh, yeah, like he's gonna stay at my house. Like, okay. That was the thing. I don't want to be at the house like all by myself. Okay. That's why I'm staying with friends tonight. Okay. Because I can't be. All right. In the house again. Like, have you packed for your friends tonight? I got it in my car. Okay. I was actually about almost there when, okay, you called me and I was like, yeah, I'll turn around. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, you're good. I'm like, I'd rather, okay. Did this and I rolled right in here. All right. I hope you realize that I'm someone you can call and, and trust and put the screws to you, but that's what I need to do. I know. Okay, you did a really good job tonight. Right. Okay. Do you have any other questions for me? No, just. Okay. You'll find these two of my wife. Like, I'll show you the other picture on my phone. Like, okay. Let me go see the. She's got my phone. Yeah, let me go see where they are with your phone. Okay. And then we're like, if you're gonna go to your friend's house, then we might not include you very much at the house. Oh, at your house. Yeah, that's okay. I'm gonna try and leave you alone for the night, but if we if we get somewhere and if we can't get in the house, if we find something we gotta talk to you about tonight, I'll have my and it can't I'll have and it can't wait. Yeah, I'll have my. We might call you again. Okay. Okay. All right. Anything else? No, just try to find them. Like, just try to find them. Well, okay. I know. I appreciate you coming in tonight. Mm-hmm. All right. Give me a few. Oh, all right. A few minutes. I'm done with Gatorade, though. How are you feeling? Okay. Thanks for letting us use your phone. No problem. So we're trying to figure this out, without sending you home with a bunch of questions, right? Gotcha. We'd like to be able to tell you this is our plan for tomorrow. So far, it looks like some of the things we do at your house are better at night. Some of them are better in the morning, right? So we're probably gonna split the difference and like start very early in the morning. Between now and very early is probably about 3-4 hours, right? Right? Um, is it possible for you to not go home during that time to your house? Okay. Can you can you go straight to your friends? I'm not sure if my friends are right here. Okay, when you go back straight to your friend's house, is it okay to ask that you don't go back to your house? You just call me and give me a word. Okay, all right. To say, okay, so we'd like to be able to. I don't want to do 2 searches at your house because that'll say to the public, oh boy, the FBI is really interested in him. And there's going to be a storm coming at you that we don't want. Okay, so we'll do that. We're going to send you home, go to your friend's house, get a good night's sleep, pick up your dad at 8 or 9. Yeah, I'll have to verify, but he leaves at like 5 o'clock in the morning? Eastern time. He already has a ticket? Yeah. Do you know what one he's flying in? Like, what he's flying in on, or the company, or... I told him to go United Airlines. It was cheaper, but... Okay. I'm not sure if he could get... The price kept changing on him. He bought his ticket? Yeah. Okay, what's his name? Ronnie. Ronnie Watts. Ronnie Watts. Okay. So we'll send you to your friend's house. You know, again, I can't tell you cannot go into your house, but I'd like you to not go in. If you can do that then, and then we'll start early in the morning. I'll check in with you around 8 or 9. Okay? You'll probably be on your way to the airport if not already there, and then you can if you can just come straight here. Yeah. Let's talk. Let's get everything out of the way. Let's get done with your search, and then we're just gonna, you send you on your way, and we'll get back to this Chris, the good Chris, right? Okay. I'm sorry you have to go through all this. It's part of the process. Okay. You guys are staying in my house overnight, or I'm not sure. Okay, I'm not sure. But actually, yeah. Okay. Then there will be someone at your house. Okay? There will be a patrol officer at the front and the back. And then yeah, they're gonna make sure, well, and the reason is we don't want anyone else going in your house either. Yeah. Some nosy reporter, some nosy neighbors, some the reporters will be there because like they were just like they were cycling in doing some yeah spots here and there, right? So, but we also want to make sure they're not sticking a camera in your window and doing some sort of weird piece about your house and your home. So, like, yeah, there'll be like we'll make sure that no one else gets in there. And yeah, I mean, like they always like there'll be someone in the front and the back. And if you don't need to go to your house, don't go without telling us. Or if you do need to go to your house, don't go without telling us. Oh, no, no. Yeah, I know. So you won't get pig piled by a bunch of us patrol officers. Does that all sound. Yeah. Is that okay? Yeah. Hmm? Okay, give me 2 more minutes, then we'll walk you out. Okay, but let me, but. Oh, do your girls. Do your girls travel with headphones? they had they had them on their first trip there, but I didn't see them wear them going back. What do they look like? Like little like unicorn type things over the ear? Yeah, like they kind of slide over. Okay, was it like colorful? Just gray and pink, I think. Did they ever take them shopping or anything? No, no, no. That's the only time we ever use them. Okay, so like if your wife was gonna like walk around with them and like she wouldn't be holding them with headphones. No, because they just strap over and they have a little plug. Okay. Is your family lactose intolerant? No. Do they ever buy lactose intolerant milk? Just 2%. Just 2% regular. All right. All right. We're just exploit. You can imagine 1,000 people calling in right now, so we're just narrowing stuff down. Okay. Give me 2 more minutes. Off to the side. I can't believe that the girls were allowed to have 2% milk. You'd think it'd be lactate all around. And all right. Hi Chris. Thanks for um coming in again and being some of the other things while you were here. And we've had people calling in, so I'll get to that. There's a sighting at Walmart. One of your kiddos is Bella the oldest? Yes. Does she have long hair? It was if you let the curls down. About how long? Say it. The curls will probably come to like right here. Okay, so this is a picture from surveillance. Can you see that? Can you? Yeah, just the color looks a little off. Yeah, I mean, look how long that braid is. Yeah, does that look right? No, that braid's too long. Is that not your wife? Hair is too long? Okay, okay. That's what I thought. So, okay, yeah, the hair looks a little too long. Now I'm trying, buddy. Sure. Yeah, we're trying every angle. That would be Cece in the back, though. That was her. Yeah, that's how she would sit. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So Bella ruling the roost up there. Yeah, it just left them there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, cause Bella, that's the picture I was talking about. And then a woman comes in and says something unintelligible, which we don't know. And then it's just saying, man, and then we've got Coder and whatnot. And now Coder comes in and he says, and this is Cece, right? Chris goes, yeah. And that's Bella. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was the 4th of July. Oh yeah. That was the 4th of July. And then the man says, yeah, that's not much different, but she's got a lot longer hair. Yeah, yeah. Off to the side. Chris, your poor little girl had really short hair because your wife was proud to trim it well, she didn't say trim, she said cut. Every 30 days on the 30-day mark. And as a punishment, she would cut her hair. We saw her threatening haircuts, and all sweet little Bella wanted was long, pretty hair like a princess, she said. And so, as incentive for her behaviors, which none of us saw were bad or any other way, but for whatever her mother saw were bad behaviors, her mother said that if she stopped behaviors and one of those was sucking her thumb, then she'd be able to get barrettes. Like barrettes were a special present. So, yeah, the consideration that, oh, yeah, when you let her curls down, you couldn't stretch those curls to make it even be considerable that that girl had hair for, I mean, just, you should have told your wife, if you come near my kid again with scissors to cut her hair, I'm going to cut yours all off, ma'am. And it really did look good in North Carolina when she was able to obviously go and miss that 30-day mark. And I think that, her grandma might have been a little better um, about telling her mother to leave her hair alone, and that 30 days is an unreasonable thing. And then when you have curly hair, you have to cut it on the curls, and you need to cut those curls dry, etc., etc. In other words, tell your daughter that she didn't know what the heck she was doing, and do not, do not touch her hair, because those girls started looking so healthy and happy and just more adorable than ever when they were in North Carolina, just having a great time. She should have stayed there. She should have established she had the help of the grandparents. Those grandparents on both sides would have loved to have helped raise those kids. Absolutely. So, Coder says, no, not her. And then he says, mm-hmm. And then he says, okay. And then whoever this man is says, okay, great, thank you. And then, all right, right, we're ready. Do you want to take this or no? This is, yeah, please leave all that. And then the man says, yeah, leave it there. And then he says, okay. So with your, when you get your dad tomorrow, just come on in. He's going to have a bunch of questions. Well, do him, bring him in. We'll talk. Shall I bring him in here? Yeah. Okay. I mean, you can drop him off wherever you need to go. Okay. But he's probably okay. Call me whatever you're gonna do, okay? Okay. All right. It's all right. I'll let you go on. Okay, I need to put your phone number on the. Yeah, you get okay. Okay, that's what. You ready? I haven't taken that with it. Man says. It's right there. Sleep tonight. Well, I will. In some ways, it's like he's trying to say the right thing, but then put this off. Yeah, that's fine. Like, what's that? Are those digital? End of recording approximately 11:06, August 14th, Tuesday at 11:06 p.m. The transcript's been reviewed with the audio recording submitted, and it is an accurate transcription signed. And let's see here. This next page. Let's see. This next page is the next page looks like it might be the next day's interview. And so we'll begin that in our next recording, and we will go ahead and stop this one here as such. And we got from Discovery page 1187 to 1272. And then from pages 1071 to 1155. And I thank you so much for listening. and that 29 episode 29 will be posted back in there. And like I say, on 30 has some more review of the end of 29, but the end of 29 was having technical difficulties um, and pop-ups, so we'll have to fix that, and we will begin on this new one at 1272. We'll begin there. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope all of you are enjoying your weekend, and I will look forward to reading more of this. We're getting closer to the end. Yay! And then I can start sharing with you so many of the other ones that I have. I have so much, so much. I hope that you guys got to listen to the bankruptcy one that I read. I mean, I have so much, I'm telling you, just so much to read to you guys. So, don't worry about me running out of information. I have so much. So, thank you for listening as always. And if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks. Bye bye.